Hey guys, and welcome back to the J2O channel, and this is your match review of Chelsea 1, West Ham nil. Oh my god, just in the last minutes, you thought to yourself, especially after Jorginho missed that penny, you're thinking, 0-0, pathetic game, players played shit, you know, nothing happened up top, and I was gonna come in here probably angry, frustrated. I still probably will in a way, but it's a good thing that we got the 3 points. And you know what? At this point, it's one of those ones where it's this stage of the season. Mentally, in terms of the league, I don't really care like that anymore because we're not going to win the title. And I'd like to think that we're not going to drag ourselves in the top four race. I did say yesterday in my match preview, if we do not win this game, we're in the top four race. Luckily now, we are not there yet. We're 5 points ahead of Arsenal with a game in hand, obviously. 8 points ahead of Tottenham. No, 7 points ahead of Tottenham with a game in hand as well. So look, our next game will be Man United. We'll see what happens there. And it looks like we maybe just need just one or two more wins. And I think top four is pretty much officially mathematically secured, if you know what I mean. So yeah, hopefully we can get the job done there. But when you look at today's match, look, when you saw the lineup, I'm not gonna lie, I woke up really late. I can't lie. I woke up like 10 minutes before the game. I overslept, so I was like, okay, what's going on? I saw the lineup and I went through Twitter, saw that Christensen was in the back three with Thiago Silva and Azpilicueta, Mendy was in goal. The wing backs were Ruben and Alonso. We had a double pivot of Kante and Jorginho, and then we had the front three or sort of the Mason Mount in that 10 row, Timo Werner on the left, Kai Havertz on the right. And before the game, I thought, oh, that's the lineup. Okay. And then I found out that Christensen had pulled out due to stomach problems or illness. So I'm not quite sure which one it is. But yeah, he wasn't feeling well. So he had to get dropped out the lineup and Chalobah had to go in. Kind of surprised he didn't start in the first place. I thought he deserved to start. I think he deserved an opportunity today. And other than that one mistake he made that West Ham nearly scored and that he recovered from, he was actually good today, Chalobah. So when you look at the whole game, let's look at the first half especially. You saw West Ham's team. They didn't play Declan Rice. They didn't play Jarrod Bowen. They didn't play Lanzini. They didn't play Declan Rice, Jarrod Bowen, Lanzini, Mikel Antonio. They didn't play them. Zuma was unavailable. Like I said, Issa Diop, Obona, they're not there. They had to play a back three of Cresswell, Johnson, and Dawson. The fact that they played that and then Mark Noble played, alongside Souček. They had the wing backs as well of Soufal and forgot who the other one was, Musiaku. And then they had a front three of Fornals. Who was it? Fornals, Yarmolenko, and somebody else. But yeah, like, you clearly saw what West Ham's game plan was. It was to sit back and try go on the counter attack. And I think the reason why we were so poor in the first half is I think Thomas Tuchel got it wrong with the front three. You quite clearly saw how useless they were in that first half. Let's just put it like this. Timo Werner against a low block is not it. Okay? You cannot play that front three against teams that are just going to sit back and are not going to be willing to play or are not going to be willing to open up and throw men forward. Because West Ham weren't willing to do that today. They didn't need to do that today. To be honest, they're focused on the Europa League. They're in the semi-final. So I thought, it's quite clear when the three subs came on, I thought we were a little bit better. In general, with the second half, we were a little bit better anyway. But in the first half, it was very lethargic. It was very slow. The front three were pretty much useless. I thought the back three, except for Thiago Silva, Azpilicueta at times was looking shaky and wasn't really providing that. I don't know, doing what normally Rudiger does, but which one of our centre-backs can do what Rudiger does? And it just sort of shows you what life without Rudiger really is going to be with this game today. Because, my God, just in terms of going forward, Rudiger's driving runs, his passing ability, and then defensively at times, that's really quite getting caught out. It just makes you think, man, like, the club really bottled it with him. But regardless, the first half was slow, lethargic. There was no creativity. The only players really trying to do something on a consistent basis was N'Golo Kante. He was getting the ball. He was trying to go past players. Bro, he was our best chance creator in terms of if there was a player on the pitch that looked like scoring, it was going to be Kante because he seemed to be the only one taking shots with his left foot, with his right foot, trying to get in the box. Like, it was crazy. So he was the one trying today, I felt like. Ruben as well, right wing back, I felt like he was trying to do things. He was trying to go past players. He was trying to play 1-2s. He was trying to put crosses into the box. Same with Marcus Sonza down that other side, trying to put crosses into the box consistently link up as well. So I felt like those were the only three in terms of at least us going forward. They were our best chance creators, but we barely created anything. but they were at least trying because, like I said, I was seeing nothing from Timo, low block, no surprise. Wasn't seeing much from Mason Mount. He had times to shoot from outside the box. He didn't do that enough. He did that a bit in the second half, and as much as they were going wide, at least he did it. Do you know what I'm saying? Kai Havertz throughout the whole game did absolutely nothing. Jorginho, he's from deep. He was just doing his job today. I thought people were saying Jorginho had a bad game, and we'll get to the penalty in a moment. But Jorginho today just kept things simple. He just got on the ball. He passed it forward. You know, he tried not to go sideways a lot. He had to because West Ham were just in a low block, and I didn't think the front three, like I said, did enough today. And I felt like he done his job today. But overall, that first half, boring. Thomas Tuchel didn't even get up his seat once. He sat there for the whole 45 minutes. There was a moment where he was writing paper down. And I don't know, maybe he looks dejected. Maybe in that 45 minutes, he was just like, the team's playing shit. And Thomas Tuchel looked like to me, he didn't care, but he looked dejected. He looked upset. He looked frustrated in terms of maybe not just in the performance, but for example, maybe knowing that Rudiger's out, that Rudiger's going. And he's going to leave the club in the summer and go probably off to Real Madrid. So that's a bit frustrating for him. But we went into that second half, you think to himself, poor man, boring football, we're not creating any chances. Our main source of creativity is coming from Ruben and Alonso. And we all know Alonso's limited at times. We all know Ruben isn't the greatest at passing, but he was trying to find good passes today, you know, and trying to link up and trying to put crosses in. And then you got Kante, who in general on the ball isn't the greatest. And even he had some bookie moments today on the ball. Let's just keep it real. So yeah, poor first half. Move on to the second half. It was a little bit better. We moved the ball quickly, started taking shots. Timo Werner had a couple. He went wide, or it wasn't powerful enough. Mason Mount, you know, got on the ball a lot more and tried. Alonso constantly still tried to put crosses down into the box. Kante still doing the same thing with his driving runs, trying to take shots, trying to link up the play, trying to find passes, despite having some bookie and poor moments on the ball today. Same with Ruben. But to be honest, nothing was happening. West Ham was sitting deep. And I was just thinking to myself, the longer this game goes, the more likely we won't score. Because I was thinking to myself, they're playing their C team. Okay, like I said, Mikel Antonio didn't play today. Gerard Bowen didn't play today. Lanzini didn't play today. Declan Rice didn't play today. You know, there's no Zuma. There's no Diop. There's no Obona. Like, bro, Cresswell is playing at centre-back. You don't play at centre-back normally, unless they play a back three, but he normally plays left-back. Masuaku doesn't play. So you think to yourself, if we cannot break this team down, what happens when they bring on Declan Rice? What happens when they bring on Mikel Antonio, which they didn't? What happens when they bring on Gerard Bowen and all these guys, Lanzini and all these guys? And you know what? At times, West Ham were through at times, and they could have taken advantage, but it always fell to the wrong player in Yarmolenko. He scuffed his shot a lot of the time. You know, he was our biggest threat in terms of him causing trouble to our defence, but the guy was either offside or he'd scuff his shots or he'd have a poor first touch. So I felt like, you know, he wasn't great today, but it is what it is. And then as the game goes on, Tuchel at once, 15 minutes to go, brings on Pulisic, Ziyech and Lukaku, and I thought from then on we looked a little bit better. Still not the greatest, because overall today it was just a poor performance. But I thought in terms of a new dynamic way of playing, Ziyech at right wing back, Pulisic brings something different to Timo Werner. Do you get what I'm saying? Ziyech brings something different to obviously Ruben, who was playing right wing back. And I thought we had a different dynamic way of playing. And I think against teams that play with a low block, we should be playing a 3-4-3, not a 3-4-1-2 with Timo Werner in the team. There's no point playing Timo Werner in the team if you're going to have a low block, okay? But when we face Liverpool in the final, for example, then yeah, play Timo Werner then. But, bro, against teams like, you know, when we face Everton next week, or Man United won't sit back, but teams like West Ham today, teams like Wolves, Timo Werner should not be playing against teams that sit back and want to go on the counter-attack. Let's just keep things real. But yeah, we had a different dynamic way of playing. We were moving the ball pretty well, I thought, and we just kept on going. The team didn't give up. And, you know, credit to them at least for that. And then Lukaku, you know, Thiago Silva wins a header. Lukaku's through. Craig Dawson pulls him back clearly. It's a penalty. Probably the only good thing Lukaku did today. And do you know what? I actually looked at Lukaku today and I thought to myself, for the first time, I kind of felt sorry for him. Because it's like, this guy has got no chemistry with anyone in this team. Nobody. And it's kind of sad to see. I can't lie. 100 million, it didn't work out. And yeah, it's just looking peak, man. And he just looks finished in a way. But at the same time, that was the first time I felt sorry for him, because it's like he has no chemistry with anyone. Nobody tries to find him either, except for that Thiago Silva header. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, at least he won the penalty. That was a positive. You're thinking, Jorginho, he's going to score, he's going to bag it in. And that penalty was worse than Bruno Fernandes' penalty yesterday. Everyone saw Bruno's pen against Arsenal. My God, that was a shocking penalty. But Jorginho's today, the guy scuffed it. He got his technique wrong. And the thing is with Jorginho, with his future in doubt, and the fact that he probably does want to return to Italy this summer, in my opinion, I think he does. Should we change penalty takers, at least just for the rest of the season? Give it to a Mason or something. I don't know. Give it to a... Who else can take penalties? I don't know. Mason's probably the only one that I'm thinking who could stay here for the long term, who should probably give penalties to. Or even Reece James. He's good at taking penalties. But I think penalties should move away from Jorginho for the rest of the season, because he's also missed quite a lot of key penalties. I can't lie. Not just for us, but also especially for his country. So it's like, it feels like goalkeepers at one point have got to be figuring out how he takes his pens. And he scuffed it. Fabianski didn't even move, bro. Like, he didn't even have to move. He just waited to see where the ball would go. He just moved there and he saved it. Looked up at Jorginho. And yeah, you're thinking at that point, boy, we're not winning this game, are we? It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. We're in a top 4 race. You get me, only 3 points out of Arsenal. Arsenal won more games than us at this point of the season before today. And it's just like, what the hell, man? It's like, it's just so frustrating, man. And then all of a sudden, the ball goes out to Alonso. Pulisic makes a run. I'm thinking, Alonso, Pulisic's there. Give it to Christian. He puts it in the exact area that I wanted it to go. Pulisic with the goal. It's a very, very good finish. Left foot into the bottom corner, and that is my guy, fam. He may not be the most consistent player in the world, Christian Pulisic, but I tell you something right now, yeah, he scores important goals. Okay, he does score important goals when the team needs it, and nobody can deny that. Yeah, there's maybe some games he didn't score important goals, like Real Madrid when he should have taken his chances. I hear that. Of course, you're screaming at me right now. What about Real Madrid? Yeah, I know. But in general, Pulisic does score important goals, and that was a huge goal for him. Hopefully he gets his confidence back up, and maybe if he starts games or if he comes off the bench more, he can just make an impact more. I thought he was decent when he came on. Felt like he could have played a pass to Lukaku. But other than that, good finish, great cross. Alonso got man of the match today. Can't really be surprised. I'm not going to do a player ratings video because I don't think it's worth it, to be honest with you. When you look at the team, Mendy, not much to do today. You look at the back three, Aspilicueta looked shaky at times and didn't offer enough going forward for me. So, he'd get like a 5. Chalobah, I thought, gets a 7. Other than that mistake that he actually made up for, he had a good performance today on the ball, really good, strong. Thiago Silva, 8, had a really good performance. Marcus Alonso, 8 as well. I thought he had a good performance as well. Bloody hell, this lighting again after... Anyway, we're back. Obviously, Alonso had a good performance today. Ruben, I'd give a 7. Jorginho, I'd give a 7. He was solid, got on the ball, moved it forward when he needed to and stuff like that. Kante today also, probably my man of the match, I'd say 8. Despite being booky on the ball at times, I feel like he was the only one actually trying throughout the whole game today. And at times he won the ball back well. And at times he tried to do things going forward. He did more going forward than our front three today. Let's just keep things real. Then the front three, Kai did nothing. He had like a 4. Mason tried in the second half, 6. Timo Werner, 6, tried in the second half, got a couple shots off. But the subs were, for me, probably the game changers, especially Pulisic as he got the goal as well. So, yeah, overall today, decent. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts down below. And, yeah, guys, I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Thank God we got the win today. And now I'm going to watch the Merseyside derby, where Everton are probably going to get smashed by Liverpool. So, yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Peace.